Yo, live for another episode of No Request TV. Kerosene, what up? You hear me, Kerosene? Interviewing Che Mack out of ATL by way of Philly. She just came in. We're about to bring her into the chat right now. No Request TV live. Che Mack, what it do?
Hey, can you see me?
Yeah, I see you. Bring the camera up a little bit. Your head's cut off a little bit.
Okay, hold on.
DJ E-Class, what's going on? We live right here with Che Mack out of ATL by way of Philly. This is No Request TV IG Live. If you're just now tuning in to No Request TV is a platform for DJs to, get some shit off their chest. It's for us an opportunity to talk shop and also find out a little bit more about some DJs you may know and some DJs you might not know that you should know. So today we're joined live by Che Mack. Che Mack, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Enjoying this quarantine chill, kick back with some water and ice.
Exactly. I got my water with no ice. You know what I mean? We're on the same type of vibe right now. As far as COVID goes, as far as lockdown goes, what's your normal daily routine right now since there's not shit else to do?
My normal daily routine right now is just waking up. I want to interview Mom. Just waking up, giving Gingy some life cereal, dealing with her, working out, putting her in the nap by 3, wake her up, give her dinner, play around, DJ, and put her in the bed. And that's been my thing.
So your daily routine is pretty much mom life then, with a little bit of DJing.
Yeah, it's both. It's mom life and DJing. Because in between lately, I've been doing a few mixes for friends. Okay. I got a few friends that are trainers, and they're doing mixes and stuff like that with their sets and stuff, their routines, and I've been helping them out doing those mixes. And also, I've been doing a few Zoom mixes.
Okay.
So it's just like work. It's still like regular work.
Right.
But it's just I'm not going outside to go to the gigs.
No doubt. It's just same hustle.
Still coming through.
Yeah, just switching it up a little bit. Adapting is what we like to call it.
Right.
We're definitely gonna get into everything like that, just to transition from pre-corona and post-corona. But we want to talk right now about Lil Che Mack.
Okay.
Before Che Mack was Che Mack. So, if you don't know about Che, and if you're just now tuning in now, we are live with Che Mack out of Atlanta via Philly. Growing up in Philly, when it was time to clean up that house on Saturday, what was your mama putting on? What was Pops putting on? What were the vibes in the Mack household on a Saturday when it was time to clean up?
Well, my mom raised me as a single parent till I was about 12. And she got remarried. But, in my mom's house, that's where I got all my swag from. Who was we playing? We was playing Police. We was playing Take 6. We was playing Earth, Wind, and Fire. We was playing Jean-Luc Ponty. Who else? We played Slave, Ohio Players.
Nice.
We played Sade, Tina Marie. We played. The list goes on. She still plays to this day. Like to this day, I still hear music from when I was cleaning up. That's really where I caught the vibe. And that I know it sounds cliche, but that's where I really caught the vibe. Like I used to catch myself staring at album covers for hours. Just looking at like my favorite one was the Michael Jackson Thriller album.
Mine too. Open that thing up, open it up, and he's over there chilling. Yeah.
Right. A few. The Police was one of my favorite albums to look at. Minnie Riperton, she had a good album to look at. Also Prince was that Graffiti Bridge when he had everybody in the album?
I think so.
And then you turn and you open it inside, and it's like art just on the inside, and you can see people climbing up the steps. Somebody spray painting, somebody climbing up the wall, a lady giving birth, a crack hit. Like it was just an eclectic collage.
Right.
You know?
That right there, like, you know, that's the difference now. Because listening to music now is really just getting the audio experience. But back in the day, you put the record on, and then you open up that album, and you'd be reading the linear notes or looking at the artwork, and really kind of understanding who the artist was from a visual aspect, not just from an audible aspect. So, you know, that's definitely true. And like you said, you know, that's where it all starts. Your parents are probably going to be your first A&R. They're going to be the first people to bring you music and say, you know, this is what I like, and I want you to check it out too. If you're just now tuning in too as well, if you have any questions for Che Mack, leave them in the comments below. This is an interactive chat, so don't be scared or shy. If you got any questions for Che, DJ-related questions or life-related questions, she's here to answer those. So, you know, of course, we touched on it before. You're from Philly. What
Yes.
was growing up in Philly like? This is in the 90s?
Yeah, I was born in 84, so 94. I was in the, you know, first, second. I'm sorry. I was in the 5th grade, 95. So, you know, 96, 97, 98, I was in middle school. And, you know, I was the one that would remix the songs. Like, if you come to school, it was song, because, you know, back then, songs was really major. So, you know, you had the 8 o'clock mixtape. You had the premiere. You had the 5 o'clock traffic jam. So, you know, music was very important. That was a very important thing for us. And I remember I would just remake all the songs. And we would come to school and they would be waiting on me to remake all the songs. And we would remake them in the back of the school bus, have our own beats, everything. And, you know, I was just the one, like, I was just the music. I was just like the rap girl. And it was cool because, you know, we did Rappers Delight for a talent show. And we won, but it was just, we did the Eric Sherman and Keith Murray and Redman version. We didn't do the, because, you know, that came out.
Right. On your air.
That was for us.
Yeah.
So, you know, me and my cousin and another friend of mine, we all dressed up in matching Dickie suits, and we killed it. We won the show. But I said that to say that music just always been a part of my flow. It's just never, you know, people might have didn't see it, but that was one of my things. Like, you know how people go home and play the game. Now I go home and bang Fat Joe, Don Cartagena for the whole block to hear. And they be like, what's that? I was like, you know, or hardcore Lil' Kim, you know. And then I wasn't sneaking to hear the music. That's one thing I like about my mom. I never had to sneak and hear the music. But, like, you know, making sure album covers didn't leak out. Because Doggy Style was, like, a big favorite album cover of mine. And, you know, that would just be laying around the crib. You know, I ain't want her to just see that. You know what I'm saying? But music just always been a part of my lifestyle.
That's what's up. So if you know, growing up in Philly, or if you are familiar at all, talking to the viewers right now of Philly DJ culture, personally, I believe the best DJs do come out of Philadelphia, whether it be Jeff, Cash Money, DJ Active, Rich Medina. There's so many great DJs that come out of Philly. Who were you listening to, and who was your favorite DJ growing up in Philadelphia?
Cosmic Kev, man.
Shout out to Cosmic Kev, yeah.
Yeah, that was just my thing, man. Like, he would have it right. You know how you be outside and you be chilling. And, you know, you could be at a store or whatever. You like, turn the TV on. Nah, it's like, turn the radio on. Like, hurry up, turn that joint on. Like, had a whole block lit off at 8 o'clock. and it was cool too because in the summertime it's daylight savings.
Right.
So at 8 o'clock it's still dark. It's still light outside. So we was like lit. The Plateau, a place called the Plateau. That's where everybody goes. So it's like he had a lot of power in the city. You know what I'm saying? And me being at that age, I don't really be knowing like the production aspect and and stuff like that, because also growing up in Philly, I went to a music school. I played piano. I went to Sullivan Music School, and I played piano for about 4 years. But with the streets and the influence, I was just like, I'm going outside. But I was just always intrigued with the process of how people get in, and like the business part, like what can I do to get in, or whatever the case may be. But Cosmic Kev really held the streets down a lot, and just cool, man. I used to listen to him, Carter and Sanborn. It was in the morning, and then we had Wendy Williams there for a very long time. So
right.
radio was cool. I'm not gonna lie, radio was cool, because if you missed it, you could be able to talk about it. Like you couldn't be able to talk about it for like until the next hottest thing came on. So It's like the radio kept you in the loop, like with conversations with people, with the neighborhood, your slang. It just gave you that in tune to your surrounding areas.
So we touched on the DJs. Of course, a lot of great MCs come out of Philadelphia too as well. Who's your favorite MC or even group? Because there's a couple groups that came out of Philly too. Who's your favorite MC from Philly?
I have to say Freeway.
Free?
Yeah, because I grew up on this block. We had a little alleyway, and Freeway grew up in this house. So we were neighbors growing up with each other.
Wow.
And I used to go to all his we used to have those shows, the showcases, the rap shows, and he would be there killing them, and he would be on the block killing it. Even like if we left out the house at the same time, we would have met up at the same corner. And I would just remember he would have all the guys outside, and he would be rapping, and he was just so good. He just had the swag, and he grew up. And one of my favorite songs from him is the song with Alan Anthony, All Right. And it was just like, this kid really, I'm not saying this kid because he's older than me, but this guy really, I watched this guy grow up to a superstar.
Right.
Like, I literally watched him, and it was so good to see, because when I first moved down to Atlanta, that's who put me in his first, that's who put me in my first video.
Right.
Anyway. And, of course, Meek Mill. I love Oskino. I like the whole State Property.
Major Figures.
Oh, I love Major. Oh, man, I got to find Major Figures. Well, I gotta go back. We used to be, I remember the Phillies won the playoffs or something. And we was down South Street, just banging Major. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's us. And we was banging Major Figures all night long. No, Major, okay. Everybody from Philly.
Right.
It ain't really, it's talent. It's raw talent. So it's not like a gimmick. It's not a facade. It's like, yo, I got it, or I don't. Or see me grind to get it. And then that's just about it. Same how Meek was. It wasn't no flip side to Meek or nothing. It was just like, nah, I'm struggling. Nah, I'm about to get lit. Nah, I told y'all, I'm on. So.
Right. So if you're just now tuning in, we're live here with Che Mack out of Atlanta. We're doing a lot of Philly talk right now because that's where she's from. If you have any questions for Che, hit the comments right now. If you're just now tuning into the interview, full interview will be live on our YouTube page, uploaded to our YouTube page, No Request TV. All you got to do is hit the link in the bio after this interview, subscribe, and you'll get notified once it comes up. So before we leave Philly, because we talked about how you moved down to Atlanta, best cheesesteak spot in Philly. You go into Philly, you got one day there. You don't got time to go to every single spot. What's the one spot? Is it Iskabibbles? Is it Pass? What is it?
It's Jim's.
Jim's.
Jim's Cheesesteak. If you want to go to Philly and you need a cheesesteak, you gotta go to Jim's Cheesesteak. I don't know if the one in West Philly's still open, but the one on South Street, I know for sure is, and it's across the street from Iskabibbles, but it's the best cheesesteak.
Yeah, we were at TLA on tour, and I think I might have had about 3 cheesesteaks between Jim's and Iskabibbles during the whole time we were there all day. But
yeah, see, you got to get a combo. You got to get your steak from Jim's, go across the street to Iskabibbles to get your fries and the gremlin, and then you're there. You in there. You can't get the steak from Iskabibbles though.
Perfect combo. Don't sleep on the chicken steak from Iskabibbles though. The chicken steak is fire at Iskabibbles too as well. But if you're looking for that classic Philly, not really.
It's kind of dry, but you know.
Okay. Well, you heard what you got to do. Go to Jim's, get your fries from Iskabibbles. That's the Che Mack special right there. That's what we're gonna call that.
It's in a 30-step radius.
Yeah, it is.
10 to get out, 10 to get out, and 10 to go over. So.
Exactly. We got a question from Mr. Smith 8 right here before we get back into some more DJ talk. He wants to know, probably a question you've heard 1,000,001 times. How many tattoos do you have?
I lost count, man.
Yeah,
I've
right.
been in the game for so long. You know, I've been getting tattoos since I was 18. Fresh out of high school. Well, I was still actually in high school. It's my birthday. I graduated when I was 18. And shit, I just been getting them. I was getting them when, you know, it was a taboo. So I really lost count. Count.
No doubt. If you don't know, Shay is tatted up. She was tatted up before tatted up was a thing for sure.
Before the song came out, 2 years before the song came out.
So, talking about transitioning from Philadelphia to Atlanta, you know, there's a lot of Philly folks in ATL, whether it be talking about Cannon and Drama and Trendsetter, or even shout out to Quadir, got his barbershop down in the city too as well. You know, there's a lot of Shop Valiant, my partner. When did you move from Philly to Atlanta? What was that transition like for you?
I moved in 2007, and that transition for me was I was just tired, man. I was tired of the haters. I was tired of people dying. I was tired of just the same thing. You know, I always wanted to travel. I always wanted to see the world. I always wanted to just see what else was out there. So I was just like, you know, I can't grow if I'm still here, because as soon as I start doing something different, I'm gonna have a hater. And it wasn't about the hate, because you know, you deal with that people deal with that on a daily basis. It was just the audacity of the hate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, really? Oh, for real? Like, man, I don't want no parts. And I just left. And when I moved down here, okay, let me grab ginger juice. When I moved down there, I had met a football player. Well, I was visiting first. I met a football player. He was like, yo, just come move down here. You ain't got no kids. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I moved down. I got a waitressing job at House nightclub.
I remember that.
In the underground.
Yeah.
And I saw Freeway, and I did not work I didn't work at House any longer. When I saw Freeway, he was like, come be in my video. It was literally like the LA dream, or anybody that move out of town dream. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, come be in my video. I go on set, Rick Ross, Cool and Dre, Drama and Cannon, And I see drama in Canada, and I'm like, yo. They like, yo. And I'm like, yo. And they like, yo. And I'm like, yo. And before you know it, then I met you. Then you know, it was just the trickle down effect of people that I needed to meet. And it worked out. I ain't gonna lie, it worked out.
Definitely did. You know, me and Shay go back damn near 10 years, if not even a little bit longer than that. So I definitely remember them days right there. And then once you got into Atlanta, you definitely had your, you know, hands in different things. But
Right.
sticking on to the DJing aspect, what got you involved in DJing? What made you want to actually get some equipment and you know, put your neck in the game for that?
I was just getting I was like, dang, okay, I like music so much. How can I be a part of it? Like, how can I be inside of it? Because I was around music friends. You know what I'm saying? I didn't play piano anymore. I didn't play French horn anymore. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I was just like, you know, why am I around people if I'm not doing anything like them? It was killing me. Entertainment, yeah, I like that. You know, I could have a degree in that without going to college. But why am I not involved more? You know, I was getting kind of pissed at myself. So I was like, you know what? I thought about it for like a year before I did it because I had to get confirmation from everybody. I had to get confirmation from Speaker Fox. I had to get confirmation from Canon.
RIP.
And you know, I was just trying to make sure that I was doing the right thing, not only for myself, but I didn't have issues coming in the game either. Because you know how you could say, not saying you or Speaker Fox or Canon, but you know how you could tell somebody, hey, I want to try this out. And they'll be like, all right, bet. And as soon as you get to trying it out, you hear some dumb shit or somebody says some stupid shit and it ruins your chances to do a whole lot of things just because of they hate.
Right.
Not you messed up, not you did this, not you did this. It's because they don't want to see you succeed. So I had to figure out a way where I can come in. I'm not going to step on nobody's toes. I'm respectable. And they'll want to show me some things. So once I told Speaker Fox, me and her had so many things in common. She was just like, everything about it was just so it was seasoned. You know what I'm saying? She was like a Coogee sweater on a white mannequin. You know what I mean? Like, she was so cool, you know, like from the hair out. We always talk about hair. I got nail inspiration from her, music inspiration. I would just go to her sets just to help her, you know,
Right.
sometimes and just listen. So I was like, you know what, how can I get involved in music and be myself and still like myself and still, you know, turn up and be good? I said, I'm a DJ. I tried to rapping before. It's like you gotta be this way, you can't be that way. And if you're that way, you gotta get a cosign. It's just so much shit that come with this stuff. You'll lose yourself trying to find something to do.
Exactly.
So I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna do this. So Speaker Fox, she was like, you know, yeah, I'll teach you some things. And I was so shocked. I mean, I wasn't shocked, but I was just like, oh, thank you, God. She's giving me like confirmation. And she showed me a few things on turntables. And I ain't gonna lie. Turntables is like driving a manual car.
Yeah, stick shift, right.
It's like driving a stick shift. I hate driving a stick shift. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't want to be near a stick shift. So she was showing me on turntables, and which I appreciate, but I just couldn't get with it. So then I was like, teach me this. But I would tell her about different music she needed to play. Like, I was like a good brain. I was a good music brain. And she would love that. How I would know old samples, how I know what beat is this, how I would know what BPM was that, or what song goes with that, or what's good to mix with that. She loved that about me. So I was like, okay, I'm in good graces with her. She gonna keep me down. Boom, 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 boom. You know that. You know her past. She passed.
Right.
Yep. So I was like, Cannon. I was like, I don't come to you for nothing, but this is like one of my best friends in the industry. I was like, I don't come to you for nothing. We're like brother and sister. I call your mom, same over here. I was like, I want to DJ. And he was like, you what? Now, same thing with him too. How you know that? Where you get that song from? Or how you know? He's always intrigued with my music taste.
Right.
So I was like, I ain't trying to be Cannon, but I want to, just get involved. I want to start getting gigs. And he was like, all right, this is what you got to do. And he took me to Guitar Center. It was 2017. He took me to Guitar Center, and he showed me what equipment to buy. We bought all the equipment, and he was like, all right, come by and get the music, and then you on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fuck, on my own. We're not gonna hang out, just spin the wheel, like, Yeah. He like, nah, I'm gonna give you this music and you gonna go on your own. I was like, damn, okay, I get it. So every so often, I'm just checking in, boom, 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 checking in, boom, boom, boom. And then before you know it, I stayed a year went past. I stayed home for a year because I couldn't get a job because I had Ginger. And the job that I was working at the time, which would have been in production, it just took up too many hours. So I was trying to figure out how can I get some income and work and still have time for Gingy for when she needs me. So if I'm around during the day, that's cool. Put her to bed, take her to my mom's. She'll go to sleep. I'll wake up in the morning, take her for school. Whole new thing over again. If I got a gig, she'll go over my mom's or her dad or whatever. And the DJ, it won me over. I stayed in out. Only thing I paid for was bills and Gingy food. I didn't go out. I didn't buy clothes. I didn't do anything. I just practiced almost every day. And I looked at YouTube I was really studying because my whole thing was like, I was impressed by, Sugar Shade, Millhouse, Speaker Fox, Ooh La La, all these lady DJs. And I'm like, damn, these bitches these girls is fine, but what am I doing? So I used to hear Millhouse. I was like, damn, she kicking that shit. So but after a while, I would just go out and listen. I'd be in disguise. Because I didn't want to get Che Mack to death.
Che Mack. A Mack
or
attack.
Something else that I wasn't there to Che Mack it. I was there to shellac it. You know what I'm saying? I was there to get information. So I would go in there hoodied out, you wouldn't even know it's me. And I just be listening. Sometimes I pull out my phone and record. Like, don't do like that. It was on some real training shit. So
you were a real student of the game, and that's important because, especially when you're just getting into DJing as an adult, it's way more difficult because, like you said, you got life stuff to deal with. You have a daughter. You got to worry about bills now. It's not like being 13, 15 years old where all you got to do is school, and then you can fuck around on the turntables all day or all weekend or the whole summer or whatever. You got life to deal with it as an adult. So picking up a new skill like that or a new trade, that's commendable. So we take your hat off to you for that. We've got people in the comments. Big shout out to the legendary DJ Jazzy Joyce in the comments right now. Shout out to DJ Kerosene in here too as well. For anybody that's watching, if you have any questions for Che Mack, if you have anything you want answered from Che, DJing wise, get in the comments right now and ask her. Just now tuning in. This is No Request TV. This full interview, if you're just now tuning in, will be on our YouTube page. So just subscribe after this interview is over. The link is in our bio. But like you said, you know, turntables and everything like that were like a stick shift for you. I have a post from No Request TV that we posted a couple of weeks ago. I just want to get your take on this. This is from DJ T Nice. Learn to DJ on fucking turntables. At least CDJs in a traditional mixer. You look like a jackass coming into clubs that have a club standard gear with a fucking controller. You further look incompetent being booked in a club and not knowing how to operate club standard gear. What's your response to that?
Uh, well, he's right. I mean, well, I guess he must be a honorable DJ.
Not we can't. Just a comment. You know, it's more about the
Because I
comment than
mean,
it is.
he must just love turntables. Because here's my thing with CDJs and controllers and stuff like that. It's just space and time. If you have time and space, and you have a full production set, and they coming in there an hour and a half before you have to be there and plug it in your shit, and you got that going on, and they do it and they hand it, and all you got to do is press play. All power to you. But if you don't, and you got to get in there and plug one shit up and be with the times and get the hell on, then that's what you got to do. Because sometimes I saw the turntable set up. I'm like, yo, this shit is heavy as shit. Y'all used to carry crates and shit back then like that. I'm kind of bougie on the shit. You understand? I see you got the Thundercat back there. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is heavy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not doing that. Now, but so I kind of understand. So the board is convenient. The controller is convenient. But now they're actually making controllers to really feel like turntables. So, the turntable swag is making its way back. It's like, it's like how Sega Genesis came back out in Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little heavier than a PS4, but you still can't get the good Sonic the Hedgehog. You can't get that feeling. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
It's the feeling. It's the vibe. So, I get it. And, hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But me, I want a controller. I like the controller swag. And, I just came in this. I haven't been 20 years in this. And, I was out when computers first came out and the internet and AOL dial-up, but I wasn't in the realm of the DJ and stuff. And I get it. But, I appreciate all instruments to get the music out, Just me, my preference is controllers.
No doubt.
I'm a millennial.
I think that's the consensus now because, it is about convenience in a lot of things, not just, DJing. We look at our phones, look at how we order food now. Remember back when we were younger, the only thing you could get delivered was Chinese food and pizza. Now you can get a steak dinner and lobster tail all delivered to you now. It's just a changing of the times. And, you're either going to adapt or get left behind. I do think the knowledge of knowing how to use the equipment is important because you don't want to, go into a situation where you're not able to make your money because you don't know how to use the setup. But, that's one thing I actually learned from Cannon right there. He's talking about production equipment, DJ equipment. He wants to know how everything works just so, he's not ignorant or, shorthand because he doesn't know how this works or how that works. Jazzy Joyce has a comment. She says, I love the portability of a controller after all the crate carrying I did. And exactly, Joyce is an OG DJ in the game, big time.
Yeah.
And there was a lot less female DJs, in my opinion, back in the day, just for the sheer fact that you had to carry, all this weight between turntables, records, and everything like that. Unless you just had a gang of homeboys that wanted to help you out, you are on your own. And that's really tough to do a lot of the time, especially if you got to, dress a certain way, whatever the case may be. So, definitely appreciate your take on that. Going back to, what you're talking about, just learning how to DJ, being a student and everything. What was that first gig like? What was that first gig? What challenges you run into? Was it a success? Was it a failure? Talk about that first gig.
My first gig was at pregame on MLK Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard next to Mr. Everything's. Toom. No, not Toom. The hell is his name? One of these producers. Hey, baby, do me a favor. Go get my charger from out the room. Go get my phone charger. Thank you. I'm on the interview. Go get my charger, please. I forgot his name. Was it Trauma? No, not Trauma. One of these producers, he owns. Okay, I'll give you a sandwich. Owns this club or whatever. He had me in there. It was nothing but like 21 Savages all over in this shit. But I'm playing, I'm playing a good little mix that I worked on, that I practiced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can get a sandwich. Let me finish this right quick and I'll get you a sandwich, okay? See, this is what people don't understand. This goes on.
Yeah, balance.
Okay, baby, I'm gonna make you a sandwich. You want a bunny bun for right now? Yes. Okay, I'll get you a bunny bun. Okay, so I was in a room of 21 Savages, and I was DJing, I think I was playing like I Get Around, I played some Tupac something, but it was a cool ass mix. And one of them was like, hey, shawty, we want to hear that 21, shawty. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, Hey. I'm a girl.
Hey.
What are you doing? Here. I said, I'm a girl. Okay? Ginger. Eat it right here, please. What do y'all want? So that's when I was learning to play for the crowd, and I was like, I was ego tripping because I was like, I'm Che Mack. Like, what the fuck? People like what I do. I'm gonna play what I want to play. Nah, you gotta play for the crowd, and that's one of my real life lessons that I've learned for my personal sake as a DJ. Play for the crowd. Once you warm them up and they get whatever, you can play whatever you want. It's just as long as it makes sense for the occasion. So just stay in one lane. I noticed that BPMs really help. Now I'm on levels of BPMs, 95 to 110 is like your go-to dance. Shake your booty. Your 80. Let me see. Your 95 to like 80 is like, all right, we revving it up. And then like your 80 on down is like, yeah, okay, we vibing. You know what I mean? Let's get litty. So I'm just at that time, I'm trying to figure out what times to play this.
Right. Reading the room.
Play 100 BPM at 10:30.
No, you can't. I mean, there's a way to do it. There's a way to kind of
get in and out.
Yeah, reading a room is something that you can't learn just off of YouTube or DJing, with your white wall in front of you at the crib. It's something that's trial and error. What you said happened to you as far as that, hey, Shawty, we want to hear this. The same thing happened to me when I first came out to DJ in Atlanta. I'm over there thinking I'm killing it, whatever. And a dude comes up to me, hey, Shawty, we some Atlanta niggas, man. Play some of that Atlanta. This is like 06, 07 or something like that. So, every DJ has that moment when they realize, okay, you're either gonna fight it or you're gonna sit there and, okay, let me learn from this. Let me learn how to not get in this type of situation again. So the fact that you were able to take that, tone your ego down, put your humble coat on, and then sit there and learn from that. Because when you do get booked, you are providing a service, whether it be for somebody that's paying you, whatever the case may be. You have to be in one accord with them, whatever the promoter, the club owner, whatever the case may be. And then as you start to grow, you'll be able to start to doing your own events, and you can play what you want to play, and people coming out to see you. But
I went, and that's where my head was. Once I got in it, I was like, damn, I'm not even thinking about Mom. Wait, Ginger, I'm busy. I'm not even thinking about the levels. I'm thinking like, oh, I'm Che Mack. They're gonna like what I play.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't how wait, that's not how it should be. So I'm like, man, I had to sit back because I didn't have a gig. I didn't have another gig after that until like 3 months later, you know.
Right.
And I took gigs that wasn't paying, of course. I just wanted to get my foot in the door. And I know, wait. And I know that there's just different scenarios and vibes and sceneries. I had to get it together. I had to get it together. I started off with maybe like, Cannon, he had laced me with a lot of music, but it was his music. It was so eclectic and it was so genius music. Me playing that would not have worked for this environment over here because they don't even know it. I could play that for you, but I can't play that for Marquand and them down the block. Because they won't get it. They'll think it's corny. So you don't even know. I had to get on all the record. I had to get on all the record pools. I had to really be like, hey man, send me a screenshot of your playlist that you just played. I want to know the ratchet. I want to know this. I want to know that. I collected so much music to where those like anything you request, I had it. It was no problem. I mean, downloading. I mean, I went through 3 hard drives. I was really on some shit because it wasn't about me because I know my capability in life and I know what I know how to do. It was about my old heads. It was about you, Speaker Fox, Cannon. It was about making sure I impressed y'all that it was able to give me other opportunities. And it did just that, just with a Girl Code Worldwide. So, I had an agenda and I had a plan. I had an agenda and I had a plan because I'm Che Mack. I was on TV. I got judged for that. Yeah, I'm Che Mack. I try to do music. I get judged for that. Now I'm Che Mack and I'm a DJ. It's slightly getting judged, but they really can't say nothing. Like, oh, she a DJ now? She pretty good though, bro. Like that. So I had so many people to impress in that aspect. Not saying I was looking for brownie points or whatever. This is what I want to do. These motherfuckers that I need to impress because I'm trying to get other shit. If you can't make one shit one day, I want you to be like, hey, Shay, I got a thing for you. I put in a good word for you. Come through and kill it. Easy, simple. Same as like, what I do with the girls now. Stormy ATL, DJ Queen, Folly Foul, Millhouse, Go See Watts. We all get in a group chat. If we can't make a gig, we refer you to the gig. But if I don't like your style of DJ and I'm not referring you,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So we all got to look out for each other. And I just didn't want to come in as being some girl that was on TV, a gimmick, and she only using her Love and Hip Hop name for clout so she can get gigs. Nah, when you come to one of my things or my sets, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to have a good ass fucking time. And then you're not even going to think about when I was on TV. That ain't even going to have anything to do with it.
Speaking of being on TV, and for those who are just tuning in, we're live with Che Mack, Atlanta by way of Philly, NovaQuest TV. How has being on TV? Of course, you were on Love and Hip Hop. How's that helped you, and how has it hindered you as far as with DJing?
Well, the thing, like I said, people that don't want to give you people don't want to give you a chance. They just don't want to give you a chance. You know what I'm saying? Love and Hip Hop has not got me any further than DJing other than my DJing. Like, some people, they like my personality. They like the fact that I'm a TV personality, but like, it was always I got my gigs from a person being there or a person hearing through somebody else how good I DJ or what kind of music that I played. And then, you know, from that point on, people was like, I'll check it out. Or, you know what, I'm going to give her a shot. And it had nothing to do with TV. And then they'll say, oh, you was on the show, wasn't you? Or, damn, I knew you looked familiar. I wasn't sure. Well, damn, you the DJ. That's what's up. I didn't think that. I thought it was going to be a gimmick. Or, you know, like some people think that, you know. They think that, you know, oh, like you coming through with big titties and a big butt. And people just think it's, oh, so fun. And, yeah, and then you get around it and it stinks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn,
True.
This girl is this girl's on Love and Hip Hop. That's cool. But she can DJ. That's even better. I said, oh, that's so much better. She's not trash. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not blah blah. So, you know, and again, that comes from me pushing my ego back, eating some humble pie, going to these clubs with pajamas on, just listening to DJs up all night, listening to sets, seeing what not to do, going on YouTube, what DJs like, what DJs don't, just trying to really perfect the craft for the outside world. So
talk about switching now to, like we talked about at the initial part of this interview, switching to Zoom parties and DJing on live and everything like that. What has that transition been like for you, and what do you see DJing in the future being? Because it doesn't look like clubs are going to be opening anytime soon. Maybe in Georgia, I don't know. Georgia's kind of just risking it all right now. But what is the future of DJing post coronavirus?
Man, I was just thinking if we could come up with some type of hologram DJ. You know what I'm saying? Just do, or, you know, some projection of DJing, because it actually worked. The Zoom DJing, D-Nice started a whole, you could feel comfortable online and watch somebody DJ and feel like you at your house, depending on your setup. You know what I'm saying? Some people put it on the TV, some people could put it on the speakers. And if your internet is clear, it's just like you listening to a real, genuine mix. And, you know, I really believe that that's what's probably going to happen. A projector or some type of holograph screen or something to make the DJ feel like they're in your house, a pre-ordered set or something. Like it might be, you know, you might could do no request TV, this set for an hour and a half, $6.99, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But I think it's going to be a lot of pre-ordered things. I think it's going to be a lot of Zoom DJing. It worked. It wasn't no problem. People can request. They can send you a private message and and request a song. You can have a meeting. They can mute the music and everybody can talk in a meeting. I think it's genius. I just think that, you know, when it comes to corporate big meetings, say like Facebook or any brand, any whatever, and they have to do a Zoom, I believe that's how they will do the DJing. Right.
It's an interesting time right now. And like you said, with D-Nice, you know, of course, D-Nice wasn't the first DJ to get on live and start DJing, but he definitely, that first weekend when everything was locked down, he definitely made it something that people were like, okay, this can turn into something. I remember watching him. I'm like, wow, he has 5,000 people on his live right now. And that same day, a couple hours later, it was 150,000 people watching, including, you know, Michelle Obama. You know, we've seen it all, the stories and everything like that. And that was just a win for DJing, period, because now this gives us that ammo to, you know, charge up and do what we want to do. I just think the main thing, and I shout out to all the DJs that are watching right now, carve out your lane. You know, figure out what your fans, people call them followers, but these are your fans, and they are rocking with you for a reason. Figure out what they want from you and figure out how to creatively present that. And if you're able to captivate your audience like that, whether you move over to Twitch, Zoom, IG Live. I saw Facebook just announced that they're coming up with like a competition, a competitor to Zoom in the messengers. All this stuff is going to be vital if you want to continue to DJ. All this stuff is going to be vital
Right.
for you to keep on making money, making capital off of this. So,
Yeah.
definitely take that into consideration. Um, one more question before we get out of here.
Okay.
What are you watching on Netflix? What are you binge watching right now? Give the people some quarantine
Oh man,
recommendations.
last night. Okay, well, I binge watched Naked Gun 2.5 with Leslie Nielsen and OJ.
Old school. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, listen, I know it's old school, but this movie is funny as shit. It's like you could see the birth of all the other movies when you look at older movies. And I was like, yeah, this movie, it came out in 1988 and I was 4 years old. But when those movies hit town, that was like a big
Huge.
Jumanji premiere, or I remember these movies being big premieres because it had OJ in it or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So this was, it's like National Lampoons and shit like that. And I just really been in my comedy bag. I watched the Mark Twain Award given to Dave Chappelle.
Shout out DJ Active that was on stage for that too as well.
Word, that was
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
man. That was hard, and just to see great. I just like nostalgia. So I Naked Gun was nostalgia for me. It got me in a place of me growing up. Dave Chappelle is just somebody I always looked up to. I'm into the comedies. I'm not really, I watched Napoleon Dynamite the other day. I'm just into that. I'm in the uplifting, funny things. I can't really get into the series stuff. Nah. I did watch Tiger King. That was funny. And just funny shit, man. That's what I'm about.
Yeah. If you like funny stuff, I know you say you don't get into the series, but watch that Lil Dicky show on FX. I Am Dave.
Okay.
I just checked it out for the first time last night, and it just talks about. It's like, are you familiar with Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
Larry David.
Yes.
To me, I feel like this is Larry David passing the torch to Lil Dicky, LD to LD, because it's just but like you said, a millennial version of Curb Your Enthusiasm. You will not be disappointed at all. Plus, Lil Dicky's out of Philly or Philly suburbs, and it's executive produced by Kevin Hart, so it's got a lot of Philly elements.
It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny.
Exactly. So
cool.
definitely check that out. When the baby's asleep, though, that's the only thing I recommend right there.
She's picking up on everything right now.
Exactly. But before we wrap up, we definitely want to thank Che Mack for sitting down with us.
Thank you
for this interview.
I made it to No Request TV.
Finally, from the comments to the interview, Che Mack's always chiming in on some of the posts that we have up. So if you're just now checking this out, No Request TV is a platform from DJs to tell us about themselves and their come up and what they like, what they don't like. Give some people some inspirational messages in this time right now. If you want to check out the whole interview, it will be on our YouTube page. Just hit the link in our bio, the No Request TV bio. Shout out to all the DJs checking in, Kerosene, DJ Tag. Shout out to all the viewers. Shout out to Vanessa, Miss Black, Rissa. Any final shout outs? Shay, where can they find you? When is your next live?
I might go live tonight. But I also peeped that I do want to say this before we go. I think that artists might be signing something in their contract that they don't know about because us DJs can't get on live without being disconnected and playing somebody's songs. So I think that what they don't know that's probably in their contract, hey, we won't allow your song to be played such and such unless we're getting and they be like, fuck it, like, okay. Because I just think that it's unfair to some DJs that's out here just trying to craft and get their things out here, and we're getting cut off for no reason. And sometimes, the artists might need us to play their music to get it out. So, instead of cutting us off, just find a way that we could be heard, unless, I mean, not besides having a blue check by our name. There is
Right.
many of us out here that represent, and I think it's really unfair that we get cut off without a blue check.
Because there is preferential treatment, because D-Nice is DJing nonstop for sometimes 6 hours, and he's playing known music. He don't get cut off. We watched the Babyface and Teddy Riley joint last week. They're playing, of course, hits, and they might have some technical difficulties, but they didn't get cut off for playing a song. There definitely is some preferential treatment, and we actually were talking about this in one of our last posts with certain DJs and people that might have relationships with Instagram or with Fadia. Fadia Cater is the head of Instagram music and everything like that. And it's kind of unfair. Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. I'ma just send her a hey girl, how you been? Congratulations. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's been over there for a minute. And but now with everything that's going on, and if you don't know who Fadia is, Fadia, she's, like I said, the head of Instagram music. But Fadia started off as in fashion, but also she did this party called Broken Bougie back in the day in Atlanta.
99 cents.
Where I got my start at. And, Shay would come through to that and everything like that. And it was a big party. And she just constantly elevated and did other things beyond that to where she's at right now. But with all that being said, even when you're doing a story, you can select a song in a story and put it up through Instagram, have the cover art up there. What is the difference between that and us playing a song on live? Like, there really shouldn't be a difference. We're not selling the live feeds. We're not, people are tipping, that's cool, but it's not like we're making money through just playing these people's songs for a verse and a hook.
I believe it's maybe the aesthetic that they want. They just probably want it a certain way, a certain type of format, and if we don't follow that, they just cut it off. But I really don't think that's fair, because like you said, we're not selling it. We're not getting any money off of this. We're just actually playing what we like and what other people like. So basically that is a service to the artist and to you. We're playing it on your platform. So
yes. DJ Shaq said Instagram should be able to regulate the streams or be able to count them if it isn't that important to the artist. And I agree with that. There's definitely something that's going to come out of this that's going to make everything, evened out. At least I hope so. But, in the meantime, in between time, it does get annoying getting kicked off and everything like that. But we're going to let Shay get back to Mommy Mac business over there. We definitely appreciate her stopping through today. And yeah, like I said, let the people know where to find you at, any handles, any websites, your next live, let people know.
I am Che Mack is my Instagram. That's all I have for right now. I do have Twitter, but I don't really hardly be on there. I'll be going live around 8-ish tonight. I just, playing some good jams. I'll be here. Shout out to No Request TV. Thank you for having me. And send me this so I could post it on my page. And let's just stay down and make music, man. Let's just be happy, man. If I can do it, you can do it too. Don't be shy, man. Just like, you just got to stay down, stay focused on what you want, and believe in still impressing your higher ups. Because that's what really matters. Your higher ups are like your parents of the industry. If you got some good mentors and some good people that you really look up to and want to be involved with, just show them. Don't have your hand out. Really put the work in and do what you got to do, and it'll pay off. And you'll be DJing Zoom parties in no time.
Zoom's waiting on you. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody tuning in once again. Also, hit the link in the bio, the No Request TV bio. Subscribe to our YouTube page. We're going to have a lot more content through this quarantine, DJ-driven content. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with an interview with DJ Black Boy at 12 p.m. So tune in. All right. Appreciate you, Shaq.
All right. Peace out, man.
All right.